Every March, as the weather warms up, we get the same impulse: buy seeds and plant a bit of everything in the backyard. But if you treat a 4x8 patio raised bed like a miniature commercial farm, planting a wide index of random crops, you guarantee a mediocre return on your time. This chart compares retail cost per pound of standard supermarket produce. The markup is highly uneven. Looking closely, highly perishable items like cherry tomatoes and fresh herbs tower over bulk storage-friendly crops like potatoes and onions. When you ignore these unit economics, your small garden costs you money. You end up treating that limited soil as a casual hobby rather than an optimized investment portfolio. The most common error happens right at planting. People drop space-hogging seeds like winter squash, corn, or potatoes into a strictly limited footprint. Look at the input-to-outcome ratio on a crop like winter squash. You will spend 3 solid months watering, feeding, and managing a massive vine, only to harvest 3 to 5 squashes right before winter. This is a problem of garden liquidity. Bulk crops tie up your valuable soil real estate for 100 days, offering zero continuous yield while you wait. The alternative is the snack garden portfolio. Instead of waiting all summer for a single, low-value payout, you plant specific dividend crops that produce small, continuous harvests every single week. To actually offset your grocery bills, you have to trade the passive farming of cheap commodities for the active cultivation of high-yield produce. This garden ROI matrix evaluates what deserves space, measuring grocery replacement value against physical footprint. In the bottom right dead zone, bulk crops like corn demand massive space for terrible returns. Target the top right target zone for high-value crops like cherry tomatoes, cucumbers, and herbs. These specific plants perfectly offset the most expensive, highly perishable items on your standard weekly grocery receipt. Operating exclusively within this target zone is the only mathematical way to generate a measurable financial return on a small plot of land. The anchor of this portfolio is the indeterminate cherry tomato. Indeterminate simply means the vine will continue to grow and produce fruit until the first frost kills it. The required input is vertical management. You aggressively prune the plant to a single vine, tying it to a stake and snapping off side shoots. The outcome is staggering. You can pull 10 to 12 pounds of fruit from a single plant, occupying just 2 square feet of soil. The trade-off is straightforward. You commit to weekly pruning and tying, and the plant provides daily snacking harvests from July through late fall. This continuous yield acts as a literal cash dividend. You directly replace those $4 pints of store-bought tomatoes, compounding your savings for months. Next, we have vining mini cucumbers, which operate as the rapid growth stock of your garden. This schematic shows the necessary input: building an A-frame trellis. By forcing vines upward, you utilize the third dimension, freeing the soil footprint underneath. Keeping foliage off the ground prevents rot, yielding flawless fruits while leaving room to plant below. The friction point is the upfront cost and effort required to buy and build trellis materials, but it is a mandatory investment. Vertical infrastructure is non-negotiable. It is the core mechanism for maximizing the financial yield of a single square foot of soil. Finally, we allocate space to the high-frequency traders, herbs like basil and cilantro, alongside microgreens. The execution strategy relies on succession sowing. This means planting a small new batch of seeds every 14 days, tucking them into the margins and shadows of your larger tomato and cucumber plants. The core requirement is highly attentive harvesting. You must pick them frequently to prevent bolting, the process where a plant rapidly produces flowers and seeds, causing the leaves to turn bitter. The financial win here is immediate. You permanently eliminate the need to buy those $5 plastic clamshells of herbs that inevitably rot in your refrigerator. Maximizing the physical edges of your garden with herbs prevents wasted space and creates a pure, high-margin cash offset at the grocery store. The snack garden requires a specific commitment. It is an active, vertical management system, not a passive hobby where you plant seeds and walk away. Instead of occasionally watering a sprawling pumpkin patch and waiting months, you are out there conducting frequent, light harvesting. If you neglect this portfolio, the consequences are swift. Your vertical vines will collapse under their own weight, and your herbs will bolt to seed. That requirement for hyperactive management and immediate freshness is exactly why these specific crops command such high retail premiums. By managing them yourself, you capture the grocery store's profit margin, effectively paying yourself through your own weekly labor. Let's run a final diagnostic to determine if this garden portfolio aligns with your goals. If you are a storage homesteader with acres of land, looking to can 50 jars of tomato sauce or stockpile calories in a root cellar, you should avoid this method. However, if you are a time-poor optimizer or a budget-conscious suburbanite looking to shave $30 off your weekly grocery bill, this system is for you. The ideal scenario is simple. You step onto your patio after work and harvest a premium organic salad that would retail for $15. Evaluate your square footage today. Build your trellises upfront and allocate your garden real estate strictly to the assets that pay daily dividends.